Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Virtual Coffee Catch-Ups. And today, coming to you from our studio here at Wealth Mentor. It's the first time that I have actually done coffee catch-ups from the office, and we thought, hey, why not jump into our studio and give you guys a bit of an idea for those of you that haven't seen any of Wealth Mentor stuff from our studio. I guess the look and feel of what it's like. It's very different, I guess, from having my bed in the background to a full studio, having full cameras in front of me, lighting, everything. It's really nice to be bringing you this coffee catch up from the Wealth Mentor studio. And Tuesday, and boy, do I have a great guest on for you guys today. Someone who passion and energy is infectious. Her desire to help, her desire to change people's lives, again, is infectious. And I'm sure you guys will really enjoy the catch up we've got with Carol today. So, Carol, are you there?
Kia ora. Kia Wealth Mentor. Hi there.
Hey, Carol, thank you for joining us today. And how cool. You are the first coffee catch-up from the studio. Congratulations.
Awesome. This is the first coffee catch-up in my bedroom.
I've had plenty of those. So, Carol, for those of the people watching that don't know who you are, give us a little bit of a background as to who you are and why you're potentially joining me today on the coffee catch-up.
Okay. Kia ora. So normally he Māori aho, so I'm Māori, and so normally I would go through my pepeha and do all of that sort of thing, but I'll do a shortened version because I could take up the whole half hour otherwise. So, ko Carol Manukau tuku ingoa, ko Ngāpuhi rau ko te whānau Apanui na iwi. So I live in Whangarei, born and bred from Hamilton actually, but settled up in the north about 30 years ago. My dad's from Kaikohe, Waima, moved when he was really young and into trade training, became a builder. And mum is Te Whānau Apanui from the Eastern Bay of Plenty, a little place called Raukokore. And that's where the Boy movie was made, actually. So Waititi is our whānau down that way.
Awesome.
Yeah. So Wealth Mentor, I've been involved with Wealth Mentor for since 2016 in terms of starting my journey through learning the Wealth Mentor way and legacy way, and so that brings me here today.
Absolutely. And I think, Carol, I mentioned in a little bit of a lead up as to, the infectious energy that you bring and your desire to help people. And one of the things that really comes to mind whenever I talk to you or talk about you as an individual, I know that we're working alongside you to look at how we can influence or help more people. The word community always comes up in terms of, I guess, you as an individual. Do you want to elaborate a little bit more as to what that means to you?
Yeah. Well, community, it could be anywhere, anything, any combination really, we all have our different communities that we move and shake in and do what we do. And for me, I've got quite an eclectic background, career-wise and background-wise, so I've basically brought all that knowledge through with me, and my hunger or passion is to help people. And so, yeah, that feeds everything. That feeds everything, and I'll be honest about that. That is what I bring to any table that I sit at, and always looking for how people can how we can manaki people, how we can look after people, which can look different in different circumstances and different situations. It can look totally different in totally different places.
And what is your day-to-day life like with your job, Carol?
Yeah, so I since the first COVID lockdown, I was shoulder tapped to design a project which saw me putting together a way to house people who were homeless or rough sleeping in motorhomes. and then engaging them with one of the 11 iwi I work with. So I work with an organisation called Te Kahu Taonui. It's Northland based and it is 11 iwi. So iwi are tribes. So 11 of the bigger tribes collaborated together to roll out a whole lot of projects. And mine then started as motorhomes. Ironically, I've only had the last motorhome from that project picked up today, taken back. So I had a fleet of motorhomes that I brought in during the first COVID lockdown, which obviously meant collaboration from police, iwi, police checkpoints, iwi across the north, and that sort of thing, just to make sure that everything went smoothly. I thought I could get away with writing a, one pager so that everybody knew what was going to happen and we'd all be coordinated nicely. So that ended up being a 60-page manual, and as it does, just to cover off everything that could potentially happen along the way. But yeah, I'm pleased to say we've managed to house hundreds of people in that way. And the majority of them are now in permanent housing, which they would never have had before. Yeah.
I think it's a real credit to you, Carol, and I think it really big on your beliefs and being able to get out there and help people like that. It's hugely rewarding, and congratulations on that. That's fantastic, and I'm sure many people will be very appreciative of all that work that you've done in that regard. In terms of, I'm going to come back to Wealth Mentor because I can, but we are very, proud to have you as part of the team, essentially at Wealth Mentor here. We actually got a little bit of a nickname for you. You come under as a wealth wizard, which is kind of cool, kind of funky.
Well, I had all sorts of things going in my head there.
Yeah, exactly. So in terms of your involvement or your, the Wealth Wizard hat, what do you feel like the reason for that being relevant for you?
Yeah, I think for me, because of my eclectic experience and background, I think critical thinking is a big thing, and having to think on your feet really quickly through a lot of different scenarios is something that I bring to the table, and also in terms of really building relationships quickly with people, and being, it's just that respect for people, and for and really wanting them to do well. That really pushes me in that regard. For me also, I also reminded myself a lot that you're basically the 5 people you hang with. That's something I remind myself a lot. And I saw you guys, and your craziness like regularly. And I thought, actually, I quite like some of that. So I might go and do that for a little while. And that worked out.
Yeah, absolutely. And we enjoy the energy that you bring, and you're as a wealth wizard, you're jumping on the phone with a lot of our clients, a lot of our students, and helping them through their situation and potentially what's going to be best for them coming up in terms of potential education or maybe pivoting their investing. And I think that comes with a lot of reward as well. So I'm sure you're enjoying it. And, as I said, we love having you on board. And I know that a lot of the students have absolutely loved their conversation with you. But on top of that, you always bring a great energy to all our events. I can guarantee when I'm doing a summit or I'm doing a coffee catch up, then Carol's going to be on the keyboard with comments. And I appreciate that. So thank you so much there's that touch typing going. So the last 3 days, actually, you were helping out with the Cash Flow Masterclass that we had, and we got to meet a whole lot of really amazing people that are joining the Wealth Mentor family. But yesterday, I even had Paul and Christina on. How cool was it seeing them join us on Coffee Catch Up and seeing the energy that they bring to the family?
Yeah, absolutely amazing. We had an awesome group of people come through, and Paul and Christina were so positive. I loved that they were so clear in what they want now and going forward. They've been there, they've made the mistakes that that a lot of us often do when we've been investing without the knowledge and the education behind it, and to be able to help them unravel that and and sort things out going forward, it's going to be awesome for them. I'm so pleased. Yeah.
Absolutely. I know that you would be, because you definitely, that's a big part for you. In terms of the goals, for Carol, what are those goals, Carol? What are you looking to achieve, in the next few years, or even your big goals that, for your future or for the next generations? What is it that you want to achieve and see?
Yeah, well, obviously, when we talk in terms of financial freedom and that sort of thing, money's not the most important thing to me. It is important because it gives you freedom, options, and choices, and that sort of thing. But I've been in big money jobs. I've had the career of running specialist medical practices for many specialists and that sort of thing, and had the big money. What I found is I started, even then, when I felt comfortable, I started giving it away almost, starting up or helping to feed people back then by donating to a particular food bank and that sort of thing. So it always naturally just progresses back to helping people. So for me, going forward, my pop housing project that I've created, which tailor makes plans to help people that are homeless, rough sleepers, not necessarily, but homeless, rough sleepers, or basically what I've done, Jono, is I've created or redesigned how I work so that I can do whatever I want, and it's flexible within within my time, and so I get to do stuff that now, but and schedule on my terms, and that's what I want going forward. I just want it more, and I just want it bigger. And I just want it to be able to help even more people. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to help myself and my family, but that will naturally happen as a result of that growing. And and I'm really happy about that. If I didn't have the mindset training that I received, when I did, oh gosh, I'd hate to think, really. But yeah, the freedom I feel now, I just want more of that.
Do you think that, in terms of purpose, that would be a fair sort of alignment to your bigger purpose?
Absolutely. So obviously my life purpose, even when I try to run away from it, is about helping people, because I'm always naturally pulled back. And it's one of those things, they say you can only run away from it for so long before it smacks you in the face. And that's what's happened to me many times when I've kind of not had that in my life. Or I've purposefully tried to push away from it, because I found things, once you see things, you can't unsee things. And and so just learning to take care of yourself while you're doing that sort of stuff is really the main thing. But yeah, while I live my life purpose and get on with the stuff that I obviously am meant to be doing, and so I want to make sure that my family and I and my mokopuna, when I have some mokopuna, that is, do well as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And in terms of advice that you would give to people jumping on and having a watch or a listen to this, I've been very overwhelmed by the amount of people that jump on and listen to this. That even hearing that people replace their podcasts now that they were used to listen to with coffee catch-ups, which is amazing. But I mean, it gives us the opportunity to share some stuff that we've learned or experiences that can help those people around us. So in terms of, you've gone through a lot of Wealth Mentor education, you've been involved in the team, you've had your own experiences obviously with your pop housing, which is amazing. So what are some advice you would put out to people watching or listening to this?
Yeah, I would say take action. Don't if you're thinking about it, even if there's that little nudge to maybe be curious about what what our team and Wealth Mentor itself can offer, if you're a little bit curious, just get in there and find out. Be inquiring, have an inquiring mind about it, and ask all the stupid questions, actually, because you wouldn't have been the first one. I probably asked many of them, and and it can only benefit you. There's nothing nothing within this team that will care about each other and care about everybody's well-being as a whole, where we wouldn't go the extra mile for you guys, to see that you do well anyway. Jono's built a great team, and I love the direction it's all going in. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Carol.
Jump in there, do it.
Yeah. A bit of feedback. Goosebumps, Carol, by the way. I'm not sure if the feedback with me getting goosebumps or not, but so Carol, in terms of all those stupid questions, I guess we should probably even drop a link in the chat of your calendar for people to give you book in some time with you and have a talk about any of those stupid questions that potentially are out there and that can help. Oh, my wife's just busy calling me. She should know it's coffee catch-up time. Come on, Karen. Actually, that led on really nicely while you're talking about that jump in and have a watch. We've actually got a summit coming up, 16th of October, which is our next one that I'm hosting. Nims, can you bring up a graphic of that so people can just see the next Monopoly Summit? Really excited about this one that we have coming up on the 16th of September, 16th of October, day before my birthday. So, hey, let's get in there, celebrate. You guys can send me some gifts on the day. All good. And how about those special guests? We've got Therese, Tim, and Belinda, exceptional investors, all gone down very different journeys. But man, there is some knowledge there that will be shared. I mean, how's that for a lineup, Carol?
Yeah, that's awesome. Can't wait. Like, we all grew up with Monopoly, right? So it's how exciting.
Yeah, we're excited. Carol, I know you've watched a lot of these. I see your comments coming through. I love it, but I always get to ask one question, and this question is essential for us here at Wealth Mentor because it's about the concept of what is wealth and the individual's wealth and what it means to you. You hear from everybody, and it means something different. For you, Carol, what does that word actually mean to you?
Yeah, well, I mean, the definition of wealth is abundance, right? And that can change for anybody, but for me, I think it really is freedom. It's freedom to do stuff when I want, how big or small I want, and also, basically, it is whatever I want when I want it. And to be able to do what I need to do. Like, I'm a solo mum, and so to be able to look after my boys in the way that I want to, and open up doors for them in any way that I see that I need to do. I think all of that is wealth, is the ability to be able to do all of that. And money, is one of those things that helps you to grow those options, to grow those opportunities, to create your own, your own life, how you want to do it on your terms.
Yeah. So powerful. It always kind of comes back to that concept of the freedom, and we talk about financial freedom a lot, and you hear that word thrown around, financial freedom, and I guess sometimes it gets overused, in social media. But at the end of the day, if you can understand what that financial freedom provides for you as an individual, it gives you as the individual the ability to find wealth for whatever it is that is for you. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
It also means that for me, practically, like, the reality of it is, I won't take any job now, like employed job, now doing anything that I'm not passionate about. I just won't do it. It's got to be something that hits me in the heart, and I say it's got to smack me in the face, and be something I really want to do, for me to even consider it now. And I never had that option years ago. I now have that option to choose what I do and when I want to do it.
Yeah. It's amazing, isn't it? Amazing feeling. And you know, I guess I really want to thank you from Wealth Mentor standpoint, from all our students standpoint. I know you jump on the phone and talk to a lot and email a lot of the students and help so many people. And you know, that has a huge influence. I saw a comment come across before from Christina, obviously on the weekend. You didn't actually jump in front of the camera and have a talk to everybody, but at the same time, you have such an impact because you're on the keyboard so much and influencing and helping people. So it's an amazing thing that you do. And you know, I think I might give you the opportunity for some last words and you know, share, I guess, something that you would like to the audience. I'll hand over to you. On spot.
Thank you. You know, firstly, some advertising for myself. So the Pop Housing Project is on Facebook and Instagram. You're welcome to go and have a look, share as you know, stalk me. Book a phone call anytime. No question is a stupid question. I might ask you some of my own stupid questions, you know, but we'll be all in the same waka then, all in the same boat. I don't really know what to say now, which is unusual, I have to say. So I really just want the you know, the good for everybody. That's really, I think that comes from my Libran background. You know, I'm a Libra, so and so I just want balance and happiness for all, and that tends to be just how I approach everything. My excitement in the summits and all of that sort of stuff is because I'm really excited about people who are new and going to be introduced to the group, and I just see an amazing future for them, you know, and that I want them to grab a hold of, and that's why I'm always so excited in it, and to see people sign up and say hi and start to engage, and that's really what I do. It's relationships. It's all about the people always.
Yeah, well, you do it very, very well. You actually caught me out there, because my next question was going to be, where can people find you, Carol? So obviously Pop Housing Project on Facebook. And also we will get one of the team to drop in a link for your calendar if anyone wants to book a call with Carol and find out, you know, what is that we could help with their situation, or even if you've got some questions into your current investing and how we can grow. You know, just come part of the family. Hey, Carol.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Why not?
Absolutely, Carol, you've been absolutely amazing. I mean, I've seen some of the comments coming through along the bottom. I'm not sure if you've seen them come through. You know, you're a big part of the team, and we really value all you do for us and the students. Thanks for joining us on Coffee Catch Up, and I'll see you 7 p.m. tonight. We've got a bit of a catch up with me and Karen and Therese, so look forward to that. And for those of you out there, make sure that you look up Carol, because she's amazing. Book a call with her, and I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow for Coffee Catch-Ups. Have a great afternoon, and most importantly, make sure you stay awesome.